have Kofi Asante in the house. Kofi Asante is a digital marketing specialist. I would like to talk to him about one or two things about this our whole digital thing. Kofi, welcome to Nii Kpakpo Unplugged.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm happy to be on Nii Kpakpo Unplugged.
Of course. We're going to unplug things this evening. But you know what? Something has been on my mind. This whole digital or whichever it is, revolution. You know, it's just like caught us like a storm. And in Ghana now we are just, all of a sudden we are there. What is this whole thing about? You probably will want to expatiate on it a little bit for me.
All right, so talking about digital basically refers to the process of automating a certain process, either a business process or even a social process.
Okay.
Using technology to drive those processes. So that's in a nutshell what digital is.
Okay.
Now, when I take it to digital marketing, you're talking about a situation where you have brought this digitization process or phenomenon to impact on marketing objectives.
Okay.
For businesses, for personalities, for certain causes, or for even the individual people.
Right.
And that's where you start talking about social media, for instance.
Okay. Okay. So there's a difference, or there's similarities between digital media and social media, because I hear people use it interchangeably. Today I hear digital media, tomorrow I hear social media. For me, I think it's the same thing. So why the differentiation most of the time?
All right, so I don't think it's a matter of differentiation. I think what simply we need to understand is like I said, digitization is automation of existing processes or new processes that have been created.
Yeah.
Now, digital is what drives everything that we do, okay, in terms of the automation space.
Okay.
Social media is socializing using digital platforms and digital tools.
Oh.
So when you talk about digital, you're talking about a broad sense of platforms, devices, basically technological advancement.
Okay.
When you talk about social media, it's that aspect of our lives that is enabled by digital.
Oh. Okay. So as you're saying, there are other platforms apart from social media in the whole digital space.
Absolutely. We tend to focus on social media for obvious reasons, because human beings are very social.
Right.
So out of all the plethora of disciplines that you have under digital, social media is what actually drives most of the interactions that we have on digital platforms.
Okay.
Because it's social in nature, it's personal, and it also allows people to share their lives with people.
Right.
With their friends.
So what
and
are some
family.
of the other platforms?
So under digital marketing, for instance, I could talk to you about analytics. I could talk to you about search engine optimization.
Okay.
I could talk to you about search marketing. There's email marketing. There's mobile marketing. There's video marketing.
Yeah.
And there's content marketing.
Okay.
So all these are other categories of digital marketing that one can actually use either to achieve a personal goal or even a business goal.
Okay. Social media has actually brought out, or there's so many things happening on social media that, you know, people are being now irresponsible with social media and all that. What's your take on, you know, on this phenomenon, looking at the ethics of using the social media as a platform?
Okay, so as every socioeconomic endeavor of any people, we are supposed to be guided by ethics. But the reality of our human condition, even offline, strongly suggests that human beings are who they are. The platforms that they use are basically an expression. It allows them to amplify who they are.
Who they already are.
Who they already are. So, you know, I know there's this growing concern about social media being used for all sorts of unethical behaviors or patterns. But the thing is, these tools have both pros and cons.
And cons, yes.
So you can talk about other platforms apart from social media, and you realize that if you do a very deep analysis of the trends, you realize that there is positive use of it and there's negative use of it.
Right.
So when you come to social media, what you see there is basically an amplification of what happens offline. If someone has tendencies to defraud, they will do it in the real world, so to say.
Whether
the real
social
world,
media or not. Anyway.
social media just gives them an opportunity to extend that activity
Okay.
to other people.
Right.
They may probably have been defrauding people locally in a very
Right.
localized setting.
Okay.
You know, but social media allows them, and
Right.
it is not just social media. We always keep talking about just social media, but there's so many platforms that are giving extension to people's tendencies and idiosyncrasies, and we can go into all sorts of unethical usage of digital platforms and also social media.
Right.
You know, what I think we can do as a people to help to establish responsible usage, or at least bring down the negative tendencies, is to apply the same principles that we apply offline. So, for instance, there's police presence on our streets. Why?
Right.
To prevent crime.
Right.
Okay, there are detectives on the streets that are doing investigations. Why? To get to the bottom of crime, or
Yeah.
to prevent crime. We need to now pay attention to cybersecurity.
Okay.
Okay,
So that we can curb the crimes.
so we
on
can
there.
yes. So because when you talk about an issue like hacking, there's the white hat and the black hat.
Okay.
Yes, and they have the same skills. So
Okay.
so hacking is basically a skill that everybody can acquire.
Okay.
As to how they apply it, it
Is
determines whether they are a black hat or a white
or
hat.
white hat.
So a white hat will be an ethical hacker who would use it to promote the good of the whole digital ecosystem.
Okay.
A black hat, on the other hand, is the person who is unethical
Okay.
but has hacking skills.
Okay.
So then those are the people that you see hacking into people's bank accounts, hacking into people's Momo accounts,
Okay.
and all of that.
All right.
So what I always say, and when I'm talking to people about digital, is that we tend to think or believe that social media or the proliferation of technology has actually all of a sudden created monsters out of
Right.
us.
So, Kofi, how is your typical day like as a digital marketing professional?
Typical day.
Yeah.
Typical day is hectic and exciting. That's what I would say in a nutshell. I'm saying that because there's always something to be done. I always tell people that digital is a monster.
It is.
It is a monster.
Yeah.
It's a monster not in the humdious sort of context.
It's a good monster.
It's a monster in terms of what the possibilities are.
Yeah.
And the constant changes that are happening.
Okay.
And when I wake up in the morning, to tell you the truth, the first thing I'm thinking about is what's happening in the technological world that I don't know about or haven't heard about.
Yeah, because with technology, you should be educating yourself every day.
Absolutely. That's why
Because
I
it's
call it a
changing
monster.
fast.
It's
Yeah.
almost like trying to tame a wild horse, you know. But it's also very exciting because it's challenging and it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
So my typical day, I am an early bird person.
Okay.
Due to several factors, I get to the office before 6 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes
Wow.
5.
Wow.
You know, and that allows me.
Is your wife not complaining?
My wife understands.
She will complain.
Yeah, occasionally. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
A man's got to do what a man has got to do.
Yeah. The bills
You
got
know,
to be paid.
and that's why some of us are very passionate about digital, because you know some of these issues about the wife complaining about you overworking and spending little time with the family, we can actually resolve that with technology. Because in other countries, they're looking at remote working, where people can work from home, take care of family, which is very important.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's why we work.
yes. So now my wife's complaint about me spending too much time at work
Could be
forces
resolved.
me to think about, okay, so how can we come together to provide a solution where
Yeah.
where there's less people on the roads because a lot of people are actually being productive
at home.
Yes.
Yeah, and then at the same time spending time with the family. That can work. That's really, really, really cool.
You know, so those are the exciting possibilities that keep us awake. So, so my day starts at 5:30.
Yeah.
Sorry for digressing. Yeah. I get to the office. The first thing I look at is my dashboard. So my dashboard is basically an analytic tool. Either a combination of 1, 2, 3, 4 of those tools, and using several features from each of these tools to analyze what people are saying about my client, what people are saying about my client's product, what people are saying about my client's competitor, what people are saying about the country, what is trending, what are people worried about, is Adenta on fire, what is the root cause of what happened on the streets of Adenta, and what does it say about our socioeconomic environment.
And how can you also pitch in your best to help to make things
and how can we use all of these insights to drive a business agenda?
Yeah, right.
Because at the end of the day, as a digital marketing professional, what I do is advise my clients on what to do based on what's happening.
Right.
You know, so I look at my dashboard and I have a sense of, okay, so what we did yesterday, the past week, how is it performing? If the team has posted something on social media, how is it performing? What are the sentiments around it? So you start your day with insight, basically, and that basically influences what's going to happen and the things that you work on during the day. You know, so 10 o'clock, perhaps we'll have a catch-up meeting with my managers, basically get a sense of what's happening on each of the brands that we're working on, if there are any issues that need to be resolved.
Right.
Because social media is a very fast-paced environment and
things are changing.
Things are changing. People are saying things about your brand. How do you react to it? How do you answer questions? Community managers are waiting for information to give back to the public, you know, or to consumers. So you start with that, and then you get into the nitty-gritty of, okay, so now we've identified what's working, how do we do more of that? Now we've identified what's not working, how do we now iterate it? Sorry for that big word. Iterate it.
Hit me.
Yeah, Charlie. Sometimes I just drop one. So how do you iterate any of the activities that you're engaged in to make sure that you're actually rectifying it for efficiency? You know, so that takes most of that day, and then you have the meetings. You know, say we like meetings.
Plenty meetings. We even use it as excuses sometimes. Chala, there's some meeting, you lie. You did some beer somewhere.
You know, So you brainstorm sessions because we constantly have to come up with ideas. If you pick a sentiment, if the sentiment is that people are talking about petrol and the rising cost of petrol, how do you find a nugget in there to communicate with consumers on behalf of your brand?
Okay. Nice. So, Kofi, you're not too old. In fact, you're not 50 yet. But you've got all gray down there, you know, on your beard, and it looks like you know, you have hair dye on your head, no dye hair. So what is it? What is the story with the gray, man?
There's no story. It's just what it is.
Have you been wearing Yomo up?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Right.
But yeah, you're not the first person to actually point it out. Why do you have gray on your beard? You don't have gray on your hair. Actually, if you look closely, there's a few strands of gray on my hair.
But that's not this.
But
people will think you're already 70, man.
I know, right?
The youngest 70-year-old working.
I know, right? But the thing is, without the gray, I look much younger than my age. So you could say that the gray beard is a sort of
compensation for
my boyish look. You know, but seriously, what my mom told me about it is that she's not surprised because my father started graying in his 30s. You know, and there's actually three of us. I have two other brothers, who have probably grayed
More than you have.
More than I have.
Oh.
So I take consolation
In the fact that you are the lesser.
in that, even though I'm the oldest.
Right. Okay.
But I like it. I don't want to
really
die.
nice.
I don't want to die it, even though sometimes I'm tempted to.
Don't.
Because
It's
I
really
like
cool.
your black luxurious,
Yeah.
exuberant.
Me too is my
beard.
compensation for.
But I see some 1B coming.
Don't jinx
That's
it.
how mine started.
Don't jinx it.
No, that's how
Don't
mine
jinx
started. Mine, I saw 1, 2, 3,
The next minute.
and then I forgot myself. Then, then one day I shaved clothes and I said, no, the thing they come.
It's now coming.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how God wants it to be.
Yeah.
That's how He wants me to look.
Right.
And so we'll make the most of it.
That's it.
Yeah. The other thing is, when the young girls see you, they think you're a sugar daddy.
You think you're sugar daddy? Ask you for iPhone 10.